My great-grandmother, who was a very small and very feisty lady, I remember that of all of the grandchildren or great-grands, she would love to sit with me under this giant mistletoe tree that was in the front yard of my grandparents. And one day, I think I was about 4 or 5, and she told me, she said, "Baby, come sit here with me." And what she did was tell me the oral history of my family. At 5, I was not old enough to appreciate it, but now at 50-something, I truly feel blessed to have heard her tell my family story with such pride and with such colorfulness that it made it very real for me.
So I have just 2 memories of my grandparents, because I'm the youngest of 11 kids, and so I remember vaguely my mother's mother. She was Indian in some capacity, is what I'm told, and she used to give me molasses. That was my favorite thing, but I couldn't say molasses, I would say derp. So I want some derp, and my brothers joke and laugh about that still to this day. And I would say, "Grandma, I want some derp. I want some derp." So I still love syrup today. I just don't get to sop it up. It's not very professional. They don't show those things when I go to dinner events now. So asking somebody for derp is something that only from Enfield, North Carolina would know.
The fondest memory I have of my grandparents is coming home. I would not tell my grandparents that I'm coming, and I would just need them. And I would drive up, and I would always be warmly welcomed. I would feel like I have finally found my peace, my serenity, and my wholeness whenever they're near me.
They say mothers are the first conveyors of culture to a child. But I would say grandparents are the first conveyors of history to a child. And sometimes it doesn't have to be relating a specific story. Sometimes it can just be their presence.
The greatest memory I have of my Papa Henry, my father's father, was running around in my grandparents' backyard in Charleston, West Virginia.
It was a family Bible that he gave from his that his grandfather gave to him, so he gave it to me. To get the family Bible, it made me feel joyful, excited, a rite of passage.
And he always encouraged me to laugh and smile and run around, and I take that with me through my entire life.
My grandfather loves barbecuing, loves cooking out. And so the highlights of our visits at his house was him barbecuing. And sometimes the highlights wouldn't be him telling a story, it would just be him sitting there singing a spiritual. And other times it him making some little quip about some relative of his that had passed on.
Thanksgiving has always been a fond memory for me. My grandmother would cook all day on Wednesday and Thursday, and by the evening we'd have a spread fit for kings and queens.
One of the fondest recollections I have of my grandfather was work keeps you honest. So one of the things that he used to make sure that we always did was find work to do. One hot summer in July in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, I remember Granddad having us to move bricks from one side of the yard to the other side of the yard. Once we got the bricks on the other side of the yard, we said, "Granddad, what do we need to do with the bricks now?" He said, "Move them back to the other side of the yard. Work keeps you honest."
Sometimes I think about all the wonderful things that my grandparents have done without any prodding, prompting, or need to do, in support and in love in their love for me. I wish I could tell them how special it made me feel.
And so what my grandparents gave to me was me, in a sense, my sense of self, because I'm not rootless.